Good morning. It's probably about 7 o'clock right now, and we are out on the land. We just spent our first night on the land inside of Terry. We have a lot of new upgrades that we did in there, which makes it very comfortable. Elijah got all the batteries hooked up and working, so we were able to have power last night, which was great. He hooked up a little TV. We watched a little TV while we were in there, and we're just up early this morning. We're just gonna take a little stroll around the property with little man. Girlie's still in her bed sleeping, which that bed build out that we did was great because she slept in there just like if it was her bed at home with no issues. She woke up in the middle of the night because she had to go potty, but other than that, also project for us today is going to be the bathroom. That is the last place in the trailer that we absolutely have to get done. All the painting of the walls are done. Now it's just the bathroom. The bathroom right now is untouched. We have a brand new toilet. We'll show you the toilet here. One of the most needed things that we need for the trailer, because it's just weird thinking about using someone else's potty permanently. I know you do it when you buy a house or like you rent and stuff, but that's different. So we are swapping out the potty. So this one is a residential height toilet, which is great. It has a slow closed lid, and then we did get the one with the little sprayer on there as well. So once we redo the floors in the entire trailer, we'll be swapping out this baby as well. And with the new toilet, we also have new flooring that we're going to start in there. It's going to be the same flooring that we're going to do throughout the trailer, but we only grabbed one pack because our only main concern right now is the bathroom, because we didn't want to do flooring anywhere else until we actually painted. So I didn't drop paint everywhere because, as you can see, I'm still covered in paint from yesterday's painting escapade. But yeah, so I'll take you guys on a nice little stroll around the property with us, and then we'll probably have some pancakes, and then if the bacon and sausage is thawed out, we might have some bacon and sausage. If not, then I might have to thaw it out. But yeah, it's nice waking up and just being able to walk outside and be on the land. Like, this is what my soul is calling for. Like, this is what I need. This is what we're looking forward to every single day. So every time that we come out here and do work, this is what we're doing the work for, to be able to walk out our front door and be on the land and just enjoy life. It's nice, it's quiet, the birds are chirping. That mountain view, I will never get over that mountain view. If anybody knows what these are, can you let us know? We have them at the back right side of our property, growing like crazy. It's like they have the little yellow flower and then these red things coming out of them. They're pretty, but I would like to know what they are. So we're finishing up our morning walk right now, so we're heading back over to the trailer. And so just to give you guys a quick update, we had mentioned in a previous video that we completed our perk test, so we finally got the results back, and so it passed. They also did a soil evaluation that they sent over to us as well, just to tell us what our soil is, so that will help us when it comes to digging and planting. So I think it said the first 20 inches of the soil is a mixture of sand and clay, with I think only a 23 or 25% rock content, and then lower down it still only has that 25% rock content. I can't remember what the other part is. I may insert it in the video, but we did pass our perk test, and the septic company already submitted the permits. So we're just waiting for the county to review them and to approve them. So pretty much because of the massive size that we're building over here, because our main house is going to be 5 bedrooms, guest house 2 bedrooms, and they're both going to be off the same system. We will require getting 2 tanks, so we're looking at getting 2 1,250 gallon tanks that we're gonna have to install. They'll go in like a chain link system, and then we only have to have 3 leach lines that are 84 feet long, and so we'll be using those little black infiltrators. So once the permit gets accepted and it gets issued and we get our septic installed, then we have the go-ahead to submit our house plans to the county, which gives us the green light to start building, which is crazy that we feel like that we're that close to that. So we are slowly making steps towards getting onto the land, and I think we're making pretty good progress considering we have somewhere to live now, we have access to water, we will have access to septic, and we were looking into hooking up to our power poles in the back. Elijah kind of thinks that he might want to play with solar for a little bit. And we might hook up a little bit later once we start building the main house. So, I don't know. We're going to end up building an awning for the RV so to go under. So he might want to attach some solar panels on there because he thinks the solar is fun. So we might look into that and see how that goes. But I think if anything, houses will run off of power, and then the trailer will run off of solar and have like its own solar panel bank and everything like that. But yeah, so our walk is complete. So we're gonna go in, I'm gonna make some breakfast, and then we will get started on our day. Okay, so we got the entire bathroom painted, roof and ceiling. We still have to do some more painting in the closet, but we're not sure what type of shelving we're going to do yet, so we're going to hold off on that. And then Elijah went ahead and took down some of the stuff that was hanging on the wall behind us, and then he also took down the mirrors here. He was going to try and take down this entire cabinet, but it looks like they stapled it from the other side, so that might be a just it's going to stay here type of thing. And then he also took out the sink as well. So yeah, we're keeping the shower the same. We're not going to mess with that because there's nothing wrong with it. But with the sink being gone, it will leave us room for a low profile sink. And so what I'm going to be working on right now is getting the backsplash put in since all this is done. So I'm thinking that I'm going to run the backsplash from this line. So I'm going to make it a little blurry. From right underneath this electrical outlet there, going up and maybe stopping it right here. It's going to depend on how much I have, but let me show you which backsplash we're going to be using. Okay, so this is the backsplash that we're going to be putting up. It's just a nice simple pattern to go back there. So it's kind of like the one that I used in the kitchen. Actually, the one in the kitchen had more of a spongy feel to it. This is more of like a hard type of tile look for it. So we're going to be installing that. I guess the only thing is that we'll have to figure out if we want them to go this way or this way. I think I like it more that way. Okay, so right on this side, this is a mirrored door that just swivels back and forth. So I don't really have a actual hard line break for right there. So I need to figure out how far I want to take the backsplash on that side. So I thought I was recording, but clearly I wasn't. But I went ahead and did our first piece. I figured I would start under the cabinet first and then go from there. But yeah, it looks pretty good so far. Just one piece now. I think I might have enough to do the whole wall. I don't know yet. Me and guesstimating measurements aren't that great, but I'm gonna come out this way next. So I think I might end up stopping it right here and just cutting out 2 pieces. And then right now when this door is shut over here, it still shows a little seam here, so I'll have to take a piece and go down that way, but I have to figure out how to get around the electrical outlet. But so far, it's not too bad. Okay, so I just realized that I already have these pieces that should fit perfectly there because I had to cut them off of this to get this to line up in the cabinet. I'm not sure if I should put some type of molding right here to kind of do a separation between the two, like a little clean break. Oh, this one, I'm going to cut some of the tip off a little bit. To do this one, to get around the outlet, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just separate this at this line here and then attach to what I can and then do my cuts on the next piece. I might end up putting a molding around here because it seems like it's gonna get a little hard to get like it's barely like that much space to get something in there. Alright, so we're not sure what sink we're getting yet. We know for sure it's gonna have to fit in there. Our biggest thing is that we do want the sink to still go this way, but we don't want it to come out as far. Maybe like a little, very small bowl, low profile sink. So with that in mind, I think I'm gonna cap it here because I can't see us getting a sink that is any lower than right here. So we'll make sure we look around and see what we can get, but so far, so good. You need to find a strip to go right here. I know that this one is supposed to be here. I just have to decide when I want to go ahead and redo that one. But overall, it's not too bad. It's a lot better than what was currently there with just the plain wall. It gives it a little bit of character. So I'm just going to voice over on this part because Elijah was not going to be wearing a mic while he was doing this because it just wasn't feasible. But this is after I've already done the backsplash, and also in the fence build part 17 video, when we went to go eat lunch, we didn't come back to do the wall right after because we decided to tackle the bathroom. But this is Elijah taking out the toilet, not only because we are getting a new toilet, but also because we are going to be laying some new flooring in there. So he did have me pick him up a mask along with some gloves, just because we didn't know he didn't know what he was going to be getting into when it came to changing out the toilet. And trust me, I think this was the most needed thing inside the camper because it's a toilet. So we know that the toilet is original to the trailer, but we didn't know like the condition of the flange and also the seal that goes in the toilet. And once again, we just wanted a residential height toilet because it makes the world of a difference with the sprayer to help us clean it as well. So he was able to get the toilet out pretty easy. It's just the 2 bolts. We did, once we got it opened up, you could see that it dropped straight into the tank that's below the trailer. So he did pour some water down there just to get any extra debris that was hanging around on the flange. Another main reason that we wanted to go ahead and get the toilet swapped out and the bathroom completed was because we were going to be down there for a few days, and we wanted the opportunity to completely flush the entire system in the camper. So we wanted to go ahead and make sure that we could get in there, clean, do whatever we needed to do, look inside the tank, see what's in there, and then we were able to go ahead and basically flush out the entire system to where we now have a nice clean septic tank. And so cleaning it out was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. There's a lot of instructions online, and then there's also instructions in the manual that the people who had the trailer gave to us as well. So that's another reason why it's great to have all the instruction books for literally everything in the camper. But pretty much it's just a bleach and water mixture. I think for the one that we ended up following, it was like 1/3 cup of bleach to every gallon of water. And then one of those gallons, you calculate how many of those that you need versus water to completely fill up your tank, and so it ends up cleaning out the system very well. So we were able to flush all the yunky gunk out, and so it will be nice once we're actually hooked up to a septic on the land, because then we can just flush, go, and then we can clean it out a little bit easier than we did. But we did end up renting a campsite for the night with like full RV hookups and everything, and we use that as an opportunity. It was super cheap, and so we use that as an opportunity to go ahead and flush the system as well. We do know that some gas stations down the road from us have free emptying for our tanks, which is great, but we wanted to have the time to be able to properly clean it. It's just not a quick little empty and go, so we figured that we would go that route. So here Elijah is just removing up the floor. What's great is that the wood underneath our floor in the entire camper is in great condition. Okay, so Elijah's pretty much at a point where he is ready to start installing the floor. He's already removed the old little laminate that was in there. He's also swept and everything. What's great is that the floor is still in really good condition, so we don't have to worry about any mold or rot there. So I'm gonna get the flooring back here opened up, and then I'll show you what that looks like, and then he's gonna go ahead and install it. Okay, so this is the flooring that we are going to be using. We picked it up from Floor and Decor. So this one, I don't even know what color this is anymore. So this one is in the color Santa Ana Walk, and what's nice is that with this one, we can install it right on the floor, so we don't have to worry about using a little underlayment under it. And then it also has built-in padding on the bottom of the floor as well. And then it's also 100% waterproof, so it is great for the bathroom area because we have small kids, so between washing hands and other stuff, pretty sure there'll be water everywhere. But this is going to be the same flooring that we're going to run through the entire section of the trailer. And so also with this one, it does have different variations of the wood. So I'm going to get this open and then I'll show you a couple different sample pieces. Okay, so this is what the planks are looking like. This is the darkest shade that it comes in, and this is the medium shade and then the lighter shade. So we'll figure out how we want to pair these, but we have about 10 panels, which just the length of these alone will be enough for the bathroom. So we might go out into the kids area a little bit with a couple of them, depending on what we have left. Okay, so apparently this did not record any sound. I guess I forgot to turn the mic on, so I'm going to take my best guess at what I was telling you guys, because this was, you know, a while ago. But this looks like this is after we did our first two planks where we cut them down to size, and so we will eventually need to get some molding to go against the wall where the floor meets the wall in the entire camper. But what we did was we went ahead, we had an extra flange with us because we couldn't use it because we couldn't get that one out, but we just took that to a sample piece and we cut like the little circle around it, and then that's how we used our template in order to get the floor to sit underneath the flange. And so yeah, I think that's all I could remember that we talked about. But yeah, if you've gotten this far, don't forget to subscribe and also like the video as well. So here Elijah is just screwing the flange back down to the floor. Since we have 3 of the panels in, we figured we would go ahead and get the toilet attached so we can reseal up the opening to the tank below. Oh my gosh, his whole bed is covered in chocolate and his body is covered in drool and chocolate. And we did cut a circle out of the flooring. That was an interesting process. So we did cut a circle around the flooring so that it left a hole in the floor for the flange. And then we also left about 1/2 inch to 1 inch past the hole of flooring on there so that the bolts that he's screwing in now can go through the flooring into the actual floor of the trailer. Oh, it's gonna be so nice. He's gonna finish doing the flooring in there. He's gonna finish doing the flooring in there.
Looks pretty good to me.
Okay. What do you need next? The bolts?
Yeah.
You have the bolts.
Well, they're supposed to put those down.
Yes.
I can get them in.
Looks like you're out of eggs.
Okay, so next he's just putting in the bolts onto the flange that will allow the toilet to actually seal onto the flange. And then we also had a seal in the center that goes on the bottom of the toilet so that it creates an airtight seal.
Yeah.
You get it, or?
No, because I'm wondering if it's supposed to turn, because this one, no, I guess it doesn't matter.
It's supposed to turn at least, so as long as it doesn't pull up.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Because this one has it as Yeah, it has them going in the long ways and then you turn them.
Turn them? Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't make any difference.
As long as it just doesn't come out.
I think it's the one that goes on here. So let me see that other one.
Okay, so this is the flooring that we did. We had it leftover extra. So we're gonna be doing the entire camper, the same color flooring. We just have to get another, you know, when we get the more boxes, we can do the other piece, because we were only planning on doing the bathroom, but we had so much extra. We were like, we might as well come out here into the kids area. And then I'm gonna show you the bathroom. Okay, so this is everything that we got done in the bathroom. Pretty much our main goal was to get the flooring done. We just have to get molding to go around here, and then we have to paint down here. That's our converter that we got that we have to install under there. And then we got most of the backsplash done. I just have to finish piecing around those last 3 pieces and then some of this here. But I'll wait for a little bit until we figure out which sink that we're getting, because if I can get away with not going as low, that would be great. And then we do have to find a sink here. And then other than that, the bathroom is fully painted. We just have to finish with our cabinet paint going here. But yeah, and then this is pretty much everything that Elijah ripped out of here besides what's outside. We're not gonna mess with the shower because the shower is still good. We just have to get a shower curtain. And then we may end up updating this. I don't know, Elijah likes to do custom shower stuff, so he might wanna mess with that a little bit. But other than that, everything else is in great condition. Hope you guys enjoyed watching us renovate the bathroom, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.